president wanted to do things a little different during my club assembly this spring, which is why we're having an open house recognizing our Twin City relationships across the globe. And I wanted to formally recognize and acknowledge all the district governors, including our very own Dr. Sean McAllister, who are here today to celebrate this moment. And now, Chair of the Embassy International Relations Committee, Steve Liston, will give opening remarks to our program.
Thank you, President Marilyn, and thank you for this great initiative. This is the first time I think we've ever done this, and wow, I'm just amazed at the turnout we have online. Thank you for Zoom, right? Who would have known 3 years ago that we'd be able to do this? So at least one good thing to come out of the last 3 years. So the theme for today, that we have two themes. The first is fellowship, because this is all about these wonderful relationships that we have built. And we just wanted to give each of these twin clubs of ours in Washington, D.C., the chance to just tell us a little bit, and I do mean a little bit, about them, because the second theme of today is brevity, because we've got 13 clubs who are going to be represented here. And so the third theme is indulgence, which is I'm going to ask all of you for a little indulgence if we go over a little bit, but we'd really like to get everyone to be able to present. The Embassy and International Relations Committee does manage our relationships with the twin clubs. We also manage our relationships with embassies and other international activities that we undertake. And I want to thank all of the members for helping out on this and all of our other projects. I especially want to thank today Mark Wilson. He deserves a big round of applause. He's put a huge amount of work into this. And without Mark, this would not be happening, I guarantee you. So I'm going to turn it over to Mark to be the MC for our program today. He's also going to lay down the law if anyone goes too long. So I'm just warning you right now. And before I get the crook on my neck, I'm going to say, Mark, over to you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Steve. I think you've said it all for me. I'll get right down to business. We have 13 presentations. We have asked everybody to try to stick to 3 minutes. I will say a few words at the end in summary, but we will start in alphabetical order. And when we have a local, in our club, we have individual country liaisons. And when we have those present, I will invite them to introduce the club speaker from our twin club, and then I will then monitor, and then we'll quickly go to the next one. At 3 minutes, sorry to tell you this, folks, I will butt in and let you know you're on 3 minutes, and we will politely but firmly cut you off at 3.5, 4 minutes. So let's begin. I'd like Bala Murthy to please unmute himself and introduce our representative from the Athens, Greece Club.
Thank you, Mark. Good day, everybody. My name is Bala Murthy. I'm the liaison with the Rotary Club of Athens. And for those of you who are not familiar, Athens is in Greece. Some quick facts about the Athens Rotary. Chartered in 1929, and they are part of District 2475. Club ID is 13410. They meet every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. at the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Athens. They have 53 members, and the 2022-23 president is Anastasio Ballas, and General Secretary is Stavros, and District Governor is Ioannis Katsogiannis. This is one of the things they do on a regular basis. It's the Rotary magazine. You can go to the rcatheni.org and know all about their club. This is the changing of the guard. The incoming president was installed back in July. For those of you who already know, but in case you're not familiar, Greece is almost in the southern Mediterranean, one of the most iconic spots on the Mediterranean. And on the right side, you will see the Grand Hyatt where they meet every Tuesday. Thank you very much, Mark. And visit Greece, visit RC Athens when you are in Greece.
Thank you, Bala. Well and within the time. I appreciate it. Next up is Bangkok. We have a video from Bangkok. The president is Nico, and I will let him speak.
Good afternoon, dear President Marilyn, dear fellow Rotarians from the Rotary Club of Washington, D.C. My name is Nico. I'm the president of the Rotary Club of Bangkok, Thailand, the first club in Siam. We were officially chartered 1930. As you may know, we currently have 77 members, and on behalf of today's club assembly, I would like to send our best regards to this specific Twin Cities Special Assembly. Maybe just a few words about the Rotary Club of Bangkok. We actually have dedicated this year to 3 main areas of focus. Water and sanitation is the first. We have actually 16 schools that we are providing clean water and filtration systems with. The second is protect the environment. We put a large focus on educating schools on how to reduce plastic use, plastic waste, and if plastic waste occurs, how to recycle it as best. This is a program that goes actually out to teachers as well as the students, just basically to create a common knowledge about the issues we're facing with plastic. The third one is peace and conflict resolution, and I myself am a member of the Rotary Action Group Against Slavery, so we are supporting various projects in this field here in Thailand, and are very keen actually to gain more members into this Rotary Action Group. Some of you may remember that in 2015, I believe it was, our both clubs were trying to get a global grant off the ground related to this topic. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but all of us here are actually sending their best regards, and we're hoping that we can work on a project in the future to come. Now, this is unfortunately also a very sad occasion because we have been told that past President Ross Grantham recently passed away. He was also a member at our club. And on behalf of all of us here at the Rotary Club of Bangkok, we would like to send our deepest heartfelt condolences to his loss, to his family, to his wife, wishing them all the best in these difficult times. We have received personal greetings from 2 of our Rotarians, which were close to Ross, I believe. One was past President Santi, who was actually sending him, and I quote her words, "Ross was always happy to meet new people and make friends. He was observant and will give his opinion only when asked for it. I relied on him a lot of opinions about how clubs in the US work differently from ours and in which way. I will miss him." This is from past President Santi Chatterjee. I also have a message from Rotarian Wongtip Chumpani, who says, "May he rest in peace. My heartfelt sympathy to the bereft family of Mr. Ross Grantham for their great loss. Ross was a perfect gentleman with a great sense of humor and a sincere service above self attitude toward his fellow Rotarians. He will be greatly missed by all his friends here in Bangkok." I would like to conclude that I'm looking forward to work with you all on future projects to come. Wish you a great club assembly and all the best from Thailand. Yours in Rotary. Bye-bye.
Next, I'd like to call on Grant McRae, future president of the Edinburgh Rotary Club.
Thank you very much, Mark. As Mark just said, I'm Senior Vice President of the Edinburgh Club, and I've been asked to tell you a little bit about the Edinburgh Club. This is very much a low-tech presentation without slides. I find that slides take up a lot of time. So, to begin with a little bit of history. Our club was founded on 23rd September 2012, some 110 years ago. Over the years, it has established 26 daughter clubs across the UK. We are part of District 1020, which becomes part of a new, much larger district, 1320, across southern Scotland in July 2023. We currently have 81 members, 5 honorary members, and 4 associates. So with this group of 90, we're a large, active group of people from many walks of life who aim to have fun and make friends while helping others. We're a lunchtime club meeting at the Scotsman Hotel in the city centre, where we welcome visiting Rotarians from all around the world. Since COVID, we have a hybrid arrangement which allows us to welcome Mark and many other members of your club and from other clubs in France and elsewhere to join us by Zoom at our weekly meetings. Some people find lunchtime difficult, so we've set up an evening group which meets regularly on a Wednesday evening. They're actually meeting just now, just as I speak, which means that some of them can't join us today, which is unfortunate, but this evening group is bringing together a lot of ideas for projects. And one of our current projects is to support Ukrainian refugees in the Edinburgh area. And as well as hosting some of them in our homes until other accommodation can be found, we have run bus tours to show them the city and are running concerts where some of the Ukrainians have performed splendidly to entertain us and many others. A key project for us every year is Kids Out, where we bring together many children from all around the city for a day of activities. And Fergus Gillis, who's on screen tonight, is the organizer-in-chief this year. We have a Jubilee Charity Fund, which uses funds invested to support local and international projects. Our club has recently become a member of what is known as the Contact Clubs, which are Rotary clubs across Europe formed after the end of the Second World War to promote the aims of Rotary throughout Europe. We've really enjoyed being one of your twin cities, and several of us join you whenever we can. Past President Bill Dent gave us a great talk about your many activities last year, and we also had an excellent talk from Stuart McLaurin about the White House Historical Association. Over the years, we've been very involved in Rotary activities across the world, so we are delighted to see Gordon McAnally from the Rotary Club of South Queensferry, which is nearby Edinburgh, become RI President for 2023-24. Maybe some of you will be joining him at the Royal Edinburgh Rotary Foundation weekend in Scotland this August. So to conclude, we would be very pleased indeed to welcome any of you to join us in Edinburgh in person or by Zoom at any of our meetings. And Mark, I hope this gives you a really brief but concise introduction to the Rotary Club of Edinburgh. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Grant. Appreciate it. Next is El Salvador, and Marilyn will introduce the speaker from El Salvador.
Thank you, Mark. I am pleased to be the club liaison with the Twin City Club of San Salvador Maquilisua, and it is my pleasure to introduce President Leticia Escobar joining us from El Salvador. Leticia.
Good morning. Reciban un cordial saludo, querida familia de Rotary Washington, D.C. Muchas gracias por la invitación. María Fernanda Méndez me acompaña, quien es presidente de Rotary y además me ayudará como intérprete.
Hi, I'll be interpreting for Leticia. Good morning, cordial greetings, dear Rotary Washington, D.C. family. Thank you very much for your invitation. I am accompanied by Maria Fernanda Mendez, that's me. I am the president of Rotary Maquilisua, and I will help as an interpreter.
Quiero expresar mis más sinceras felicitaciones y admiración para la presidente Marilyn, ya que inicia el mes de la mujer, donde se celebra el Día de la Mujer, y Marilyn es la primera mujer hispanoamericana presidente de un club de más de 100 años, nuestro club gemelo.
I want to express my most sincere congratulations and my personal admiration for your president, Marilyn. As the month begins where Women's Day is celebrated, Marilyn is the first Hispanic American woman president of a club for more than 100 years, our twin club.
Nuestra relación de clubes gemelos o clubes hermanos data desde el año 2017. Es una relación que se ha formado a largo plazo en la cual hemos promovido comprensión internacional, buena voluntad y hemos llevado a cabo proyectos de servicio en las comunidades de El Salvador, comunidades muy pobres y con grandes necesidades. Ahí ha estado presente la ayuda de nuestro club hermano, Club Rotario de Washington, D.C. Ayuda que ha sido realizada a través de paquetes de útiles escolares, paquetes de alimentos, por ejemplo, cuando ocurrió la devastadora tormenta Amanda. También nos han apoyado en nuestro proyecto Toiletón, el cual consiste en construir sanitarios lavables y dignos en escuelas del área rural de las áreas más empobrecidas de El Salvador, entre otros.
Our relationship as a club of twins or sister clubs dates back to 2017. It is a long-term relationship in which we have promoted international understanding, goodwill, and have carried out service projects in the communities of El Salvador, very poor and with great needs. There has been the help of our brother Rotary Club, Washington, D.C. Help that has been made through packages of school supplies, food packages, for example, when the devastating storm Amanda occurred. They have supported us in our Toileto project, which consists of building washable and decent toilets in schools in rural areas of the most impoverished areas of El Salvador, among others.
Marilyn es quien ha sido ese puente para este hermanamiento entre Club Rotario San Salvador Maquilisguat, también con nuestro Rotarac, y hacer llegar esta ayuda a nuestros hermanos salvadoreños que más lo necesitan. Muchísimas gracias. De corazón agradecemos muchísimo su apoyo, su fraternidad y su cariño. Auguro que esta relación se consolide cada día más a través del tiempo y esperamos tenerles pronto por acá. Nuestra casa es su casa. Gracias.
Marilyn is the one who has been that bridge for this twinning between our club, Maquilisguat, and our Rotary Club, and getting the help to our Salvadoran brothers and sisters who need it the most. Thank you very much for your support, fraternity, and affection. I hope that this relationship will consolidate more every day through time. We hope to have you here soon, our house, which is your house too. Thank you.
Gracias, Leticia. Okay, next is Harare. Debbie.
I'm very pleased to be liaison for the Harare Dawn Club, which is the first twin club that the Washington Rotary Club has in Africa. So I met Viola last year in Houston when I went to my first convention, and she's the interim president. So Viola, please take over and tell us about Harare Dawn.
Thank you very much, Debbie. And thank you, President Marilyn and fellow Rotarians for having us. Harare Dawn was chartered in 2000 as the first breakfast club in the district. And we are pleased that it has been growing. It meets on Wednesday, every Wednesday at 6:45 a.m. up to 8 a.m. So it's a morning club. We currently have 45 active members and 2 honorary members. One of our flagship projects is the PhysioNet project, where we have been collaborating with some clubs in the United Kingdom, where we get medical equipment, wheelchairs, walking aids, and the like. And we then distribute these to the needy in the country. So this has been going on very well, and it's a great project benefiting many. We also have the Braille Library, where we are supporting them with mainly at the moment with iPhones for those who are visually impaired. They then use the iPhones or the phones, the smartphones, to be able to access information. So we get these iPhones or phones from different people around, maybe exchange students that we work with or other clubs or people well-wishers, and then we distribute these to those who are visually impaired. We also have a great project which is called the Safety SAM. With this one, we teach children how to be able to learn the traffic rules in a safe environment. So it's a center that was set up for them to be able to learn this. We then get funding from organizations that get to advertise at the venue. So this has been a project that's been doing very well. It's supported by the Harare city. So it's quite a great project and it's been changing lives. One project that we did with the Rotary Club of Washington was on the infusion pumps, which we distributed to the hospital, to the local hospital here in Harare. This was well received. It has benefited the children with cancer. We also supported the hospital with computers that we sourced from a club in Australia. To date, we have donated over 400 computers to various places, and this has been something that's been welcomed by many. We have a lot of other projects that are ongoing. I will not go into detail with them, but I'll just mention them. We have the school backpack project. We received money through one of our members who visited a club in Germany, and they got money to be able to support schools for the victims of the cyclone Idai that we had some years ago. So it's the backpack school project where we were getting stationery for the students. We also have the redistribution project. This is where we source different items that we will then donate to the needy. And the computer project, which has been going on, this has been changing lives. I think digital skills has really been working well in various marginalized places. One of our long-standing projects has been with a school called St. Peter Claver. It's a primary school. We have been supporting them on various projects. So the book project, and we also help them with a borehole at the school and uniform projects. So it's various areas that we've been looking at and then be able to support them. And another great project that we also have been working on is the St. Rupert's, where we distribute sanitary ware to this school. It was started by one of our Rotarians. They collaborated with the school, and we have been supporting the school, and we want to expand this to other schools as well. And then other projects are with the Kids Can, which is the childhood cancer. This is ongoing, or constantly supporting them on various projects. And then Parirenyatwa Hospital, we are supporting them on various projects. They receive the infusion pumps and the computers. And then the maternity hospital is also, we have been supporting them a lot through one of the doctors who came to our meeting to speak on the needs that they had. Thank you. This is just a picture of some of the projects that we are doing. We are excited to be part of this great initiative. It's great that we are twinning with the Rotary Club of Washington, D.C. We look forward to welcoming you in person whenever you get to Harare. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Viola. I know you had to stand in at the last moment for your president, and we wish her a full recovery. Next is Manila. I don't know whether Brian is in the audience or online anywhere, but if he is, please forgive me, Brian. I'm going to take over here because, and hopefully this will work, our Manila friends sent me a 10-minute video 2 hours ago. And so I'm just going to run it in sections. We had to cut it up. But as you can see, they're a very organized group of people. And I've chosen parts which focus on their service projects. They do a lot of work in support of eye examination. You will see that in a moment. Here are other things that they do, heavily into relief operations. Anyone who watches the weather forecast knows that Philippines is hit very badly by that. School supplies, primary education. This program here in Manila Bay, cleanup of Manila Bay, is a priority project for them. Like one of our recent presenters, wheelchairs again. This young man needed urgent operations. They are also heavily focused on treating cancer patients. And dental health care for young children. There are so many slides of laughing kids that I decided just to reduce it to this one. Obviously, that's another important part of their program. They have, again, water supply, which is a primary objective in Rotary. For some of you, you know that we all focus on Rotaract clubs, and they have a very strong focus on Rotaract clubs. I'll just let the slides tell you. International service. As you look through these examples, for our Scottish friends, interestingly, I saw Gordon McAnally on one of these, the future president of the Rotary International, a Scotsman like the rest of us, and he's in one of these pictures with the current president of Rotary. So they really have an outreach program. It's a very dynamic club, extremely dynamic. They're in a lot of things. And this is just the mid-year review of their program. It's quite impressive. Working with the Rotary Foundation, again, back to the Vision Care program. They have a global grant for Vision Care, and there are so many of these photographs of Vision Care. President Jennifer Jones, and then, as I mentioned, our good Scottish friend too. Interesting things like boxing against polio, boxing against drug abuse. Very interesting ideas. And this is something they're working with, and with our Rotary Club here, with our member Brian, on tree forestation program. This is a very big part of what they do in their outreach to get public attention. Two things, the I program and cleaning up the environment. And their major focus, teamwork. And at the end, this you can read for yourself. There's hope, there's trust, a chance to shape the future for lessons of life. There's no better teacher than the look in the eyes of a child. Thank you. And thank you to Jackie Rodriguez of the Manila Club for the last minute putting this together. And I mean last minute. Next is Paris. And it's my great pleasure to introduce my friend Gilles Mandreau, who will represent the Paris Club.
Thank you, Mark. Good afternoon to President Marilyn, to you, Mark, and to everybody. Our club, Paris Academy, was created in 1957, which was, as would say Frank Sinatra, a very good year. It has taken 3 successive names: Sud de Paris, first, because it was created in the southern suburb of Paris. And then Paris Sud, South Paris, present on each side of the administrative limit between Paris and its southern suburb. And now it is called Paris Academy. This name of Paris Academy was chosen because of the many academies in the territory of the club: the French Academy, Medical Academy, Pharmacy, Surgery, etc. Some of them are gathered in what we name Institut de France. We say the couple in Paris. Currently, we are 31 members. Few examples of our main actions during the recent years. One of them was the purchase of fleece jackets for the homeless in our territory to protect them from cold in winter. In fact, we have purchased and delivered several hundreds of jackets during the last 3 years. Also, the purchase of microcomputers for needy high school students in some professional high schools. It was especially useful during the last period to attend online courses, online lectures. We also finance every 2 years the art prize for the Biennale of Artists of the 6th arrondissement in Paris, which is in our territory. And we are going to participate this year to a common action with our sister club in Nuremberg to finance the shelters in Ukraine for homeless people in Ukraine. To end with these actions, each year We participate to the Rotary Literary Prize of French language, which was created by a member of our club. So you imagine how important this prize is for us, for our members. Our club meets every Monday at noon at the Procop, which is one of the oldest restaurants in Paris. In fact, it is the oldest café littéraire. It was well known from Voltaire and Marat and etc. We are in connection with Washington Club since 2007, and we have cross meetings, cross travels with Washington DC in 2007, 2008, 2011, and all this led to deep and very friendly relationships between some members on each side. And I hope that it will, of course, remain so deeply and deep. We have 3 sister clubs, one in Nuremberg in Germany since 1958. And here again, you can imagine how important it was after 2 world wars between France and Germany to have a sister club like Nuremberg at this period. The 2 others are Brussels North in Belgium and South Rome, Rome South, since 2014. And we have also several daughter clubs in the south of Paris. I would say in memory of our presence in this region at the origin of the club. Thank you to everybody.
Merci, Gilles. Merci, Gilles. Thank you. Rome, Erminia. Okay.
I'm very happy and proud, dear Rotarian Fellow, to present Francis Boussier, who is the Vice President of Appia Antica in Rome, as well Chair of International Committee in Rome, of Appia Antica Rotary Club in Rome. Francis, is your time.
Thank you, Erminia. Thank you. Good evening from Rome to President Marilyn and all. I'm very glad to share with you this exceptional meeting, a Rotarian meeting all over the world, from South America to Far East. The first time I'm able to participate to such a meeting. Amazing. My name is Francis Boussier, Erminia said it. Our club, Roma Appia Antica, is born March 16, 1984. Next year, we will have the 40th anniversary. 51 members, a Rotaract, an Interact, very active. For us, Capital City Connection was born with Washington, DC, from an idea of Erminia Scarcella and Paola Rosi Bernardini in Rome, after some exchange visit from one side to the other of the Atlantic Ocean. From September 15, then 2017, 2019, 2016, delegates from Washington, DC to Rome, and to Rome from Washington, DC, meet all together. Not even COVID stopped us. We made several Zoom evening and with Professor Enrico Broschini and Daniele Mancini. Recently, we have made 2 important global grants in Tunisia. This year, in March 2023, we see a Rotary International meeting in Italy, in Milan, where 7 clubs from 5 different countries and 3 continents will meet for 3 days together. We will meet our twin club, Roma Appia Antica, Milano Aquileia, Sidi Bou Said in Tunisia, Köln Bonn Millennium in Germany, Boulogne-sur-Mer et Paris Alliance in France, and USA with Washington, DC. Soon we'll have the pleasure to welcome Erminia Scarcella and Shabazz Khan in the greatest commitment and wish is that from this exceptional international meeting, a great Rotarian project can be born and shared between us. We hope that to be able to offer you a new global grant project soon. I'm available for any question. I try to be in the limit asked to us, and thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.
Grazie, Francis, for sticking to the time. I very much appreciate it. Next is Santiago de Chile. Okay, Santiago de Chile, they have their meeting at the same time as we do today. And so they have sent a few slides. And since I have traveled there quite a bit, I will say a few words on their behalf and take advantage of my bully pulpit to keep it very short. It's the Santiago Centro, that's in the center of the city, Rotary Club, was chartered, as you can see, in 1924, and the current president is Rosa Palma Rodriguez, and they currently have 70 members. They have two primary foci, if you want to call it that, in their projects. One is STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and math focus for women and the empowerment of women in Chile, and the Koanikem Child Burn Program. On the full spirit of transparency, I'm the Vice President of Koanikem. The support to empowerment of the STEM Women Project, they have a whole program throughout the region, but primarily with the Rotary Club of the Cordillera de los Andes. And there is a significant gender gap, as you might imagine, in a country like Chile or throughout Latin America, in the education on STEM issues, science, technology, engineering, and math. And they have chosen to make that one of their two primary focuses. They have, I won't go into the details, they focus at different stages of the development of these girls through women. And then there is the Burned Children Foundation that was established by one of their members and past president, Jorge Rojas Cejas. And this treats children not only in Chile, but throughout Latin America who have had first and second degree burns. It is an amazing program. And I am proud to be their vice president and also head of the foundation here in the United States. Okay, if that's the last one, I'm just going to add a few things. Like in Paris, we've had a number of exchanges with the Santiago Central Club, and they have been very, very effective. And one of our Zoom producers today, Stephen Liston, who used to be with the US State Department, was one of their members also. So we have a very close relationship with that club also. I wanted to mention that in Seoul, I should mention that one of our former members, Chris Terrace, was a very active member of that club. And through him was the relationship under the Twin Cities program with Seoul, South Korea. Okay, next is Taipei.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you and congratulations, President Marilyn, on this initiative, and greetings to all of my fellow Rotarians, East, West, North, and South. My name is Jasmine Huggins, and I am a former ambassador of the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis to the Republic of China, Taiwan, where I served for 14.5 years until September last year. During my tenure in Taiwan, I became an honorary member of the Rotary Club of Taipei, and as such have been assigned the task to make this presentation on behalf of the club, which I'm honored to do. I would like to, first of all, though, welcome my fellow Rotarians of the Rotary Club of Taipei, and more specifically, recognize past president of our club and past Rotary International president, 2014-2015, Mr. Gary Huang. Thank you, PRIP Gary, for foregoing your sleep to be with us here in DC after 1 p.m. Wednesday afternoon, which is after 2 o'clock in Taipei in the morning. Additionally, I would like to acknowledge the President-elect, Mrs. Shirley Ting, who is joining us via Zoom and who coincidentally is visiting her husband in Texas. By way of background, the Rotary Club of Taipei, which was the first Rotary Club in Taiwan, was chartered in 1948 and has a distinguished roster of past presidents, including a former president of Taiwan who was the Charter Club president. It is one of 3 English-speaking clubs in our district with active members totaling 68, but sadly only 17, regrettably, are female members. Our president-elect will be the second female president in our club's history, but hopefully more will be challenged and inspired to pick up the mantle and to follow suit. We have currently 15 sister clubs from Asia and the US, which by virtue of our presence here include Washington, D.C., the Rotary Club. We have many service projects that are worthy of note, some of which are listed. It's not exhaustive, but unfortunately, there's an omission in that we do not yet have had the opportunity to partner with our sister club in DC, but we're committed to changing that narrative. We believe that our English Social Solutions Project, which is an annual and one of the oldest projects, is one where we see potential for some form of collaboration between the two clubs. And similarly, our remote online English education project can also be one in which we partner with this club, and that will make a positive impact on young lives in rural Taiwan. Of course, we are also ready and looking forward to supporting projects that are important to this club. And finally, apart from the joint support of projects, on a personal note, I can reveal that it is because of the positive interaction that our Taipei Club members had while visiting the Rotary Club of Washington, D.C., that I am here today. At my very last meeting in Taipei before departing, I was encouraged by other members of the Rotary Club of Taipei to visit this club, which I did. And I was happily greeted by Rotarian Sam, who coincidentally had spent some time in Taipei, which created an instant connection and affinity. So thank you all for the warm welcome that has kept me coming back, and thank you kindly for your time.
Next, which is Tokyo. And it's my great pleasure to introduce one of our dynamic members, May, who will introduce a video from the Tokyo Club. May?
Yeah, hi, I'm May Yanayama O'Brien, liaison to our first sister club, the Tokyo Rotary Club. I'm going to do a brief introduction first. The Tokyo Rotary Club is the oldest and most prestigious club in Japan. With 336 members, it is the largest club in Japan. And I'm proud to say its first president and founder was a Yanayama. So after a visit to the Dallas Rotary Club in 1918, Mr. Umekichi Yanayama founded the first Rotary Club in Japan in 1920. Just coincidentally, in addition to the video they sent last week, the Tokyo Club shared with us Secretary of State Blinken's message, conveying his warmest wishes to Japan on the occasion of Japan National Day, which was last Wednesday, and the Emperor's birthday, which was last Thursday. Secretary Blinken took note of the importance of the U.S.-Japan alliance, which has been the cornerstone of peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific for over 7 decades. I want to thank Yuki Otada, a longtime friend and member of both the DC and Tokyo Rotary Clubs, who helped make this video possible. And here is the Tokyo Rotary Club President Kuroda's message, and you will like the ending.
Good afternoon. My name is Yasuhiro Kuroda, President of Tokyo Rotary Club.
I am Arthur Mitchell, Director of International Service, originally from the United States, and here to serve as your translator.
Nevy Cruz 会長、ワシントン DC ロータリークラブの皆様、Twin Cities Special Assembly へのご招待ありがとうございます。
President Marilyn Nevy Cruz and members of Washington, D.C. Rotary Club, I would like to thank you for your invitation to the Twin Cities Special Assembly.
ワシントン DC ロータリークラブと東京ロータリークラブは1982年4月に姉妹クラブとして締結し、2004年に RI 創立100周年を記念して双子クラブの提携を結びました。
The Washington, D.C. Rotary Club and the Tokyo Rotary Club became twin sister clubs in April 1982, and on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of Rotary International became twin clubs in 2004.
以来、約40年、両クラブ会員の例会出席や会報の交換、 お互いの創立記念日にトーストを送り合い、一時期は夏休みを利用した指定交換を実施してきました。
Over the past 40 years, members of both clubs have attended each other's regular meetings, exchanged newsletters, and toasts on our anniversaries. We also used to exchange our children for a while during summer vacation.
2012年にはクラブが創立100周年を迎えられ、当クラブの双子クラブ委員長夫妻と副委員長夫妻が記念式典に出席しました。
In 2012, on the occasion of your club's 100th anniversary, the chair and vice chair of our twin club committee and their spouses attended your event.
当クラブも2020年に創立100周年を迎え、クラブをお招きし、盛大に祝賀会を開催する予定でしたが、新型コロナウイルスの蔓延に伴い、残念ながらクラブ会員のみで祝賀会を開催しました。
When our club was to celebrate our 100th anniversary in 2020, we planned a commemorative meeting and a gala and intended to invite your club. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic of COVID-19, our celebration was limited to our members only.
クラブからは当時のナンシー・ライカー会長とウィリアム・デント会長エレクトからのビデオメッセージとポール・リビアの自由の息子たちのボールのレプリカを頂戴いたしました。
However, then President Nancy Riker and President-elect William Dent kindly sent us a voice message and a replica of the Paul Revere Sons of Liberty bowl made by Tiffany.
このボールは友好の証として例会場の受付に展示させていただいております。
The bowl has been displayed at the reception desk during our regular meetings as a testimony to our friendship.
時代とともにクラブメンバーは変わってまいりますが、これまでの歴史を大切にしながら、両クラブの友好的な関係を今後50年、100年と発展していければと幸いに存じます。
Club members change with the times, but we do hope that the friendly relationship between the two clubs will continue to develop for the next 50 or 100 years while cherishing the history of the past. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Arigato, Tokyo. Next will be Linda, who will introduce our final representative from Tunis.
Hello, everyone. And let me just say again, Mark, just a fantastic job. Thank you so much for putting this together. Yes, it deserves saying over and over. Hi, everyone. I'm Linda Solomon, and I think at least some of you, maybe many of you on the screen and out in the audience attended our just spectacular embassy event last June, hosted by the Tunisian ambassador at her residence. I see some of the planning committee here that did a fantastic job. Well, we raised funds for an organization, l'Association UNICE, and the Tunis Doyen Rotary Club was one of the instrumental clubs that actually helped to really stand up and establish l'Association UNICE, which does amazing work in Tunis. So I just wanted to say that up front. It is a great honor and pleasure to serve as the Tunis Doyen Rotary Club liaison. And it is now my pleasure and honor to introduce to you our fellow Rotarian, Kamel Luachi, and I think Besher Kakia is out there somewhere on the Zoom screen as well from the Tunis Doyen Club. Bonne nuit, bonsoir, et bienvenue à notre réunion de club. Kamel, all yours.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you very much. Good evening. Really pleased to join you for this meeting, together with George Tabet, who is a new member of who recently joined our club. Let me go directly to a brief presentation, historical presentation of our club. The Rotary was first established in Tunisia in 1935 Our club in that time was named Club of Tunis, only Club of Tunis only, but it has changed later when different clubs in Tunis city was created, and our club took the name of Tunis Doyen. In the beginning, our club was affiliated to District 49, which covers France and North Africa, Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia. The activity of Rotary activities in Tunisia has slowed down in the 50s because of the political events on that time, and the activities recovered after the independence. And the first president after the independence was elected governor of the district. The Rotary Club of Tunis in that time has been strengthened by the integration of high-ranked national officials who serves in responsibilities in main responsibilities in the club, and our club has given 2 former presidents to the Republic of Tunisia. Between 62 and 68, Tunisia went through a socialist experience, and the Rotary was forced to stop during this period. Our group has recovered its activities in 1969, and we joined on that time the 173 district. Our club was at the origin of the creation of the second club in Tunisia. The name of the club is Carthage Club, and the Tunis South Club. Actually, in Tunisia, there's 32 clubs. 12 clubs are in the Tunis city. Our club gave 4 past governors to the district 173, and to the new district created later, 9010. Our club has worked in reinforcing the image of the Rotary in Tunisia and within the Tunisian community, and carried different social projects with major public interest. So here's some example of projects undertaken in the recent years. The one that mentioned by Linda, the UNIZI, which was a global grant, a matching grant on that time. So this is some of the recent projects covering health, education, environment, water. That's all. Thank you. I did it very quickly.
Thank you, Kamel. We do appreciate it. Well, first of all, let me just say thank you to all of the participants. You've been very diligent in keeping the time. And I had a few things I wanted to say, and those of you who know me, that's not a good sign because I'll talk forever. I am going to stop there by thanking all of you who participated today and all of you who signed online as members of the club. I then pass you back to Marilyn, President Marilyn, to close the meeting.
Thank you so much, everyone, and all the 13 clubs for participating. This was literally our first time. I did not know how it was going to go, but it was fabulous. All thanks to Mark, who really did an awesome job. Thank you, Mark Wilson, for everything.